second player component in there, but that wasn't too bad. And just the mechanics aren't the same.
Well, talking about similar, like you can have online play of players, or even 5 players if you had Casey Jones.
It's just a shitty idea.
Well, there's a rumor that got so many fans excited. They're probably agree with the idea. So, what do you think is a better idea? Throwing in Disney, Star Wars characters in Kingdom Hearts 3?
Gabe, I really wish you were in the back right now to sandwich Johnny in the middle.
For once,
really wish this, so that way you can get him. As a matter of fact, are you able to turn around and get him for me?
well, for once, Family Guy, I'm gonna have to agree with you there. I do not want to think about X-Men on Kingdom Hearts because my thoughts were the same.
I didn't say X-Men, but X-Men could be a possibility. I was talking about Disney, but there was a talk about it.
I don't want to think about that. X-Men is not part of Disney. It's not.
Well, actually, you haven't heard, Aaron?
What?
Actually, yeah, they are. Disney owns Marvel.
Ah!
Actually, yeah.
And they owned...
Actually, dude, that's not really a bad thing, believe it or not. Because
Oh.
you know how good, like, Avengers and
Disney
all
has
the
great
recent
writers.
movies have been?
Yeah.
Disney has a lot of money. They got the best writers and stuff. And animators.
Yeah.
No, it has nothing to do with that. It has to do with the fact that Disney made a smart corporate decision and decided to keep on the writers and stuff from Marvel who were in-house that were good.
I know. That's a good part. Because they know what they're doing that.
But still, for a Kingdom Hearts 3, if it ever does come out, there are other... There's still better characters we want to see within the Kingdom Hearts series. Like, I want to see Toy Story. I want to see... what else I want to see within the Kingdom Hearts universe? I want to see...
The Incredibles.
them too. Who else? Okay,
What? Yeah. So...
Oh, I got a good one. The Rescuers, Down Under. The enemy. What's his name again? I know that George C. Scott played the evil poacher.
Yeah, I know. That would be kind of cool.
Wait a minute, didn't George C. Scott died already, or he's still alive?
No, I think he died.
Oh, that sucks. I know I've been under a rock in that on that level there.
That was kind of a funny thinking there, Aaron.
What?
Oh, no. If they ever decide, if they ever decide to either put X-Men or Disney, X-Men or Star Wars, which one would you rather pick to pick? If it ever comes to that decision.
I have no opinion on that, to be honest with you. Seriously. I mean, it's the same thing I thought about when Universal Studios allowed the Simpsons ride in replacement of Back to the Future. I always questioned, what does Simpsons have to do with Universal? What does that have to do? They're not related. It's 20th Century Fox.
Unless Shirley Bassey Sox paid them a lot of money for that.
Probably. But if that's the case, it should have been a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles ride. You know, going in the party wagon, going through New York City and into the Technodrome. That would have been excellent! What do you think, guys? Would it have been better?
Well, we got something that's just as exciting that comes from the far only, Silent Hill, which you haven't been yet.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
You guys spaced out in the heavens, didn't you?
No, I heard Silent Hill.
Earlier we were talking about how it was unnecessary for Universal to have the Simpsons ride, and...
Yeah, I got that.
Would it have been better instead if there was a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles ride?
No, I got that, and I got that, but then I heard Johnny say Silent Hill.
What was it said about Silent Hill, Johnny?
me
Wake up from
clear.
dreamland.
You heard me clear.
No, I don't understand where that progression went.
Okay, you know what? I'll put it this way, Shane. If you have to either pick X-Men or Star Wars, if it came to those two of one of the being Kingdom Hearts, well, which one would you rather pick? If-
Neither.
My thoughts exactly. What's going to be next? They're going to buy out Warner Brothers. I mean, they crossed over in Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Speaking of which, Roger Rabbit I like to see in Kingdom Hearts. I mean, they got Toontown and Disneyland.
Yeah, I suppose, but I don't see how that would work in the Kingdom Hearts universe.
It's possible.
Although if they added a sex game where you could fuck Jessica Rabbit.
So,
I mean, who?
You cannot argue with that,
yeah.
Gargoyle Man.
Of course not, of course.
You would love to see that shit.
I guess she was
Yeah.
responsible for giving us kids our first hard-ons.
Yeah, Haley Joel Osment doing Jessica Rabbit.
You sick bastard, you.
That's
Get
what-
yourself.
Shut up, man.
I said get yourself.
Get yourself!
Eh.
Actually, Gargoyle Man,
Yeah?
get him.
Fuck.
No, get him hard.
I just did. That's what I call the get yourself wars.
I thought you said this ice cream place was at which mall was it?
The proper mall.
I do agree with you. It is a better mall. I wish Simi had an indoor mall. You know, I read a book in high school that it was like around the early 90s. They said that they've been planning for an indoor mall since the mid 80s, and that was the original intent. It was supposed to open by the earlier mid 90s. That was the original intent.
An outdoor mall is fine, but it needs more stuff besides clothes and food. Well,
That's a,
Our mall is just shitty. It doesn't even have a theater. You can't be a proper fucking mall without a theater.
so let me get this right. Your logic is, yeah, even if a mall had everything but a theater, it would suck, right?
That depends on what proximity to a theater they were within.
Let's say we were in the 80s or 90s, and it had everything. Arcades, comic books, had everything but theater.
Are you within driving or walking distance of a theater?
Either way.
well, okay. In the end, it all depends on variety.
You mean variety, that's how you say it.
Variety. That's what I need. That's what everyone needs. Variety.
So let me get this right, Shane. No theater's complete without a theater. No mall is
theater-
complete without a theater, right? No
Well-
matter what it has.
In this day and age, yeah.
In the 80s,
Because, dude,
okay.
think about it like this. What arcades are in malls now these days?
I know,
You
I know.
see
I know.
2 malls out of 10 that have an arcade.
I know that already.
Well-
They've been obscure since the last decade.
So your movie theaters now have mini arcades. As shitty as they are, that's your source of arcade.
So in the 80s and 90s, if a mall didn't have a movie theater but had everything else,
Well, no. In the 80s and 90s, you had arcades already built into malls.
yeah, it was
So
the norm.
Therefore, you could substitute a theater or an arcade. It had to have one or the other, though.
True. And that's why I still say the older days were better, the 80s and 90s.
Let's put it this way: on the old mall in Simi Valley, it had both a theater and an arcade.
It was a mini mall, the Mountain Gate
Mini
Plaza.
That was like my favorite mall ever.
There you go.
Yeah.
And it had like a toy store, a sports store. It had like laser tag in it.
There was a
Had
laser tag there?
Shakey's. Yeah. In that same.
No, the laser
thing,
tag.
There
No,
was a laser tag.
it was called Laser Force, and it was where Kmart was, or what used to be Kmart. It was around there.
No, okay. There were 2 laser tag places. The one in that mall Johnny was talking about. In that arcade, there was an an area where you can play laser tag.
Oh, I see. Now I remember. Yeah, and the place closed, if I remember correctly, late 2000.
And you know what my favorite arcade was, though?
What?
The one across the street from the Regal where the B of A is now.
The Family Fun Zone was always going to be the best one, actually. Family Fun Zone. It had War of the Final Assault. It had, what else did it have? It had a lot of good arcade games. It had
A Subway
Stun
Club.
Runner. I think it was called Stun Racer or Stun Runner, I forgot. It was a late 80s futuristic racing game. It had plenty of pinball games. It had Double Dragon. It had Street Fighter 2.
Chuck E. Cheese was a good place. I mean, the one in Steam Valley was good back when we were kids.
I didn't care too much about Chuck E. Cheese, to be honest. I mean, as a kid, I did until Discovery Zone came.
Discovery Zone, I remember that.
You don't remember the Chuck E. Cheese that we grew up with, the one in Steam Valley? Not the Thousand Oaks one. Thousand Oaks one is shit.
Whatever happened to Discovery Zones, dude?
What happened was that in the late 90s, it was facing bankruptcy. I don't know why, but it faced bankruptcy for a number of reasons, and sadly, by 2000 or 2001, around there, I think, Chuck E. Cheese bought out what was left of it, which is stupid. It should have been the other way around.
Interesting little fact. Did you know that Chuck E. Cheese's were opened by the same guy who created the Atari?
I heard about that, yeah. Nolan Bushnell.
Yeah.
Yeah, and have you forgot, Eric, that the Chuck E. Cheese we had a lot of arcades? They had Ninja Turtles, they had Outrun and Hang On.
I'm sorry, but fuck video games. I remember liking Chuck E. Cheese and Discovery Zone for, like, the obstacle courses that had places.
Discovery Zone ruled and had better than obstacle courses, yes.
It did, hands down. It was the king of obstacle courses. Chuck E. Cheese had barely anything about that, just a mini-sized ball pool with one slide. That's it.
But still, they had a ton of arcades. And
yeah, but Discovery Zone was the winner. I mean, it had more innovation with the obstacle courses, like zip line, rope climbing, roller slides, a lot of ball bats and mazes. It was just incredible. That was just, if it were around today, I would still go there. I mean, that's a place you can never feel too old to go to. Chuck E. Cheese, it had the one in Simi Valley did have the 4-player Ninja Turtles arcade game, but ever since Discovery Zone opened, I cared more about that. But at least we got the 4-player Ninja Turtles arcade game on our Xbox Live.
yeah, I wish they put in PlayStation Network or Steam.
Yeah, they should have done that.
They're
Because
going to eventually.
Cool.
Think about it. Fucking Steam is the biggest thing ever, and it's putting computers back on top.
Definitely. I mean, one of my rants against modern computers is that they won't play the old games. But thanks to Steam, now I can play the old games.
No, fuck. Yeah. You ever hear about goodoldgames.com?
Never heard of it.
oh, good old games, yes.
It has all the old games and
Some.
it has a good portion of them. Anyways, it has a bunch of old games, and what they do is they jigger with them so they can work on modern computers. And on top of that, they're DRM free.
I see.
I got an account there. Yes.
It's true he does.
And then we got Rainbow Six and Arcanine. I can't find TIE Fighter, I can't find X-Wing versus TIE Fighter,
Are you kidding me? That's jacked up.
can't find Command and Conquer.
You can't find fucking Command and Conquer?
I haven't played Command & Conquer in a long time.
Command & Conquer. It's not even on Steam either.
It might be, I don't know.
Because Good Old Games and Steam both have some games that they don't have from each other. So that's why I have both accounts for. And Good Old Games that has some good sales in the summer.
Oh, speaking of that, this brings me up to. This makes me think of one of the arguments the pro Xbox One DRM people brought up. Well, Steam has DRM, and you always have to be online with Steam.
No, you don't. I can switch Steam offline.
Yeah, and on top of that, DRM is. It's practically not noticeable.
Oh yeah. Like if I don't have connection, I can still sign in on Steam in offline mode. I only like to go on online if I have people to talk to on Steam.
I don't really give a shit. My computer's always online anyways. Hey, speak of the devil.
And plus, Steam throws in a lot of sales. I mean, more sales than Microsoft.
Fuck yeah, they do.
At least Steam has the old Duke Nukem games, and it has Quake 2 and its expansion packs,
Quake, I got Quake
and the original Quake 1 game. Do you guys remember playing Quake?
Yeah, we all know Quake.
What I love about Quake was that that if you're good enough, you can lure enemies into traps. It's easier if you have God mode on.
Well, yeah, if you want to go to the beginning of there, look up Catacomb. It's the first id game ever before Wolfenstein. I checked if Steam had it. They don't. But I looked up on Good Old Games. They do have Catacombs, and it's on sale for like $3.
Never even heard of Catacombs.
Oh, Bogey's heard of it. Have you?
How is it?
I never played it.
Oh,
I guess it's like Wolfenstein with fantasy elements.
interesting.
It depends if you like to fight demons or Nazis more.
Nazis are fun to kill.
I
Wolfenstein.
choose. Turn them into demon Nazis.
That'd be awesome.
It's episode 2 of Wolfenstein right there.
Yeah, dead zombies.
Oh,
I mean,
that makes sense.
dead Nazis. You know, they're resurrected.
There you go. Wolfenstein already did it better then.
Yeah. Not to mention, Wolfenstein's how that's when I first acknowledged Nazis.
And it had Robo Hitler.
That was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Sieg Heil.
Robohead, yeah, I'm gonna destroy you.
Must exterminate the Jews. Arrgh. That's
Johnny, I
no,
bet.
No. That's like Robo Hitler now.
Oh, okay. You know, Family Guy here is Jewish, so
He's Jew by faith, man.
Johnny, did you know that Gabe's grandfather and my grandfather knew each other?
Yeah,
Both our grandfathers died in Auschwitz.
wow. Since
My fault, the guard tower.
And mine died while taking a shower.
that sucks.
really a shower?
His grandfather died in the shower. My grandfather fell at the guard tower.
Let me guess, acid shower. They had that in you know, the German death camps.
God, you're slow on the intake, man.
Which means okay, that means he either died.
Hey, the joke is this. His grandfather was an inmate at Auschwitz. My grandfather was a guard.
Oh, I get it.
We say your grandfather died in Auschwitz. One turn by the joke saying, yeah, he died in the shower, or indicating he was a victim, or he fell out the guard tower, indicating, oh, wait a minute. What do you mean he fell the guard tower?
Oh, I get it now.
That makes perfect sense.
Or in our case, if you want to twist that joke around, oh yeah, my grandfather knew your grandfather. Indicating, you know, guard and prisoner.
What a lovely relationship guards and inmates have.
Oh my god. Gabe, did that sound wrong to you too?
What's next? Oh, you got.
Is it similar to the relationship you and the African have?
No!
What,
No!
What you gonna mention?
Let's not get there.
What are you gonna mention next then? Are you gonna mention about the god asking the prisoner there, saying, "Here's a bar of soap. Don't drop it."
don't drop into his soul.